drone pilots maybe in New Jersey. I don't know.
That could take a whole episode to break that one down.
Do we want to just talk about this for a second, or like what's the deal here? What's the most compelling theory you've read online about this?
Well,
we're recording this in mid-December of 2024.
Let's just say this. I find it highly improbable that nobody in the federal government knows what's going on.
Yeah.
And I find it highly suspicious that they're not being forthright about it.
Yeah.
So either they're looking for something that is lost or attempting. I watched this one thing of a guy that is the CEO of like a drone company. He's like, look, flying drones around during the day or at night is pointless unless you have, a sensor package on there that's infrared or some sort of sniffer or whatever. So I don't know what's going on exactly, but something is going on.
I think I watched that same clip, and definitely seems like somebody's looking for something. I don't really know. Like,
it could be nuclear material. It could be anything. It could be.
So it's been going. My question is, it's been going on for so long. I would say, what has it been going on for at least at this point 20, 30 days, probably. Maybe?
Yeah, but there's like all these snippets too, and you hear like the. Did you hear the ATC recording from Wright-Patterson Air Force Base when this guy, just like a medevac guy, is trying to transition the airspace, and he's like, we have the lights turned off at the airfield so the security services can locate these UAS, unidentified UASs that are flying around that we're trying to figure out. So I don't know.
One, why are there lights on these? If they're up to no good, why do they have lights on the drones?
Exactly. That the drones being nefarious. I mean, there's publicized already that we have very sophisticated drone defense. Like, duh. Like everybody's flying drones around.
And two, you would think after 20, there's been at least 2 weeks of this, probably longer. Wouldn't you think some enterprising young reporter would like just go out there at night and be like, hey, I'm just going to hang out under this drone and we're just going to follow it and see where it goes. Like no one has thought to do that.
Easier. Wow, that's easier said than done, dude. How are you going to follow it when it's flying line of sight? Like straight line distance, and you're in your freaking Subaru Forester.
Well, maybe they've got an
independent journalist in the Northwest. Yeah. Just kidding.
I don't know. No one's seen this thing take off or land. Any of these? I don't know.
Like I said, there's not enough information to draw any reliable conclusion.
I agree
about
with you.
What's going on. You can draw small conclusions to be like, okay, let's just apply basic logic here.
Yeah.
And knowing a little bit about how things work.
I agree with you. The only conclusion we can draw is that somebody definitely knows what's going on.
Yeah. Somebody knows, and nobody's saying anything on purpose, which is suspicious. It's just like when something's damaged at your house and you ask the kids, nobody knows. I don't know. Well, then it's Anyway, enough with your conspiracy theories.
I know exactly. I don't even know.
Nobody wants to hear this.
Nobody. I will be curious to hear. Well, then my family's sending me these ATC like transcriptions of these people seeing stuff on the West Coast, and like, did you listen to that one? It was like multiple airplanes seeing stuff, so it's a wild time.
I don't know, dude. We're all, the problem is we're at the point where you can't even know what's real anymore.
I know.
Like, there could be a video of the president declaring nuclear war on somebody, and you don't know if that's real. Because the deep fake tech is so good now that's the whole thing. Like, there's going to have to be a solution to this. It's interesting. You're going to have anybody with any sort of notoriety is going to have a digital fingerprint to authenticate any sort of media that's intended to go out. It's a crazy world we live in.
They're working on it right now. Actually, our favorite company, MicroStrategy, has that. That's one of their products.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's essentially.
You don't read about that.
Yeah.
In the midst of billion-dollar Bitcoin buys.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just they might have the.
You have to. They're essentially using the way that you would sign a transaction for Bitcoin. is that key system would be the way that you sign a transaction for a social media post. But they're gonna have they got to have something. I agree. So, anyways,